The NBA Cup is back and the brackets are out. And for the Golden State Warriors, the league didn't just hand them a schedule, they handed them a statement. A test of fire, a group of death that will either forge a champion or expose a dynasty on the brink. Welcome back, Dub Nation and NBA fans across the USA and Canada. The question on everyone's mind is simple. Is this the last dance for the Warriors core? Or are they still a sleeping giant? Because their path to the NBA Cup knockout stage is a brutal gauntlet through the Denver Nuggets, the rising Spurs, a tricky Blazers team, and a Houston Rockets squad that just got terrifying. Stick with me, because today we are breaking down every single matchup in West Group C. We're talking predictions, keys to victory, and the one X factor that could make or break the Warriors' entire season before it even really begins. This is more than a tournament. This is a prophecy. And it all starts in Denver. Before we dive into the bloodbath that is Group C, we have to understand the Warriors' state of mind. This isn't the young, hungry team of 2015 or the vengeful super team of 2017. This is something else entirely. The front office ran it back. The core of Stephen Curry, Jimmy Butler, and Draymond Green remains intact. On paper, that's stability, championship DNA. But in the ruthless Western Conference, standing still is moving backwards. Every other contender made moves, got younger, got deeper. The Warriors, they bet on themselves, they bet on legacy. But the cracks are there, folks. You can't ignore them. Steph Curry is a superhero, but he's entering year 17. That hamstring strain in the playoffs against Minnesota, it was a flashing red warning light for the entire franchise. This team lives and dies by Steph's health and brilliance. And then there's the Jimmy Butler equation. The fit has been seamless, but he's 36. How many more times can he be playoff Jimmy across an 82-game grind plus a high-intensity tournament? And don't even get me started on the Jonathan Kuminga drama. A young star clouded by trade rumors, with even Steph himself subtly asking for more help. The vibes are uncertain, and the NBA Cup is the perfect pressure cooker to find out exactly what this team is made of. Alright, let's get into the nitty-gritty. 4 games, 4 battles. This is where legacies are tested. This is the ultimate measuring stick. Opening night in the loud, intimidating Ball Arena against the defending champs and the best player on the planet, Nikola Jokic. This game is everything. It sets the tone for the entire cup. The Warriors will come out swinging. You know Steph will be firing from the logo, trying to suck the oxygen out of that building. Draymond will be in Jokic's jersey from the second he steps off the bus. Jimmy Butler will have the nightmare task of chasing Jamal Murray through a forest of screens. But here's the cold hard truth. Denver's size and chemistry have been a nightmare for Golden State. Remember the playoffs? The rebounding, the pace, the sheer physicality, it overwhelmed them. Unless the Warriors bench, and I'm talking Moses Moody, Brandon Podziemski, have the game of their lives, it's hard to see them stealing this one on the road. The Nuggets engine is just too well oiled. But here's the cold hard truth. Denver's size and chemistry have been a nightmare for Golden State. Remember the playoffs? The rebounding, the pace, the sheer physicality, it overwhelmed them. Unless the Warriors bench, and I'm talking Moses Moody, Brandon Podziemski, have the game of their lives, it's hard to see them stealing this one on the road. The Nuggets engine is just too well oiled. Prediction. My heart says Warriors, but my brain says Nuggets win a close, hard-fought battle. Denver by 5. Next, the Prodigy versus the Dynasty. Spurs versus Warriors. If they lose to Denver, this becomes a must-win game. And on paper, it's a favourable bounce-back spot. The Spurs have Wembanyama, a generational talent who can single-handedly win a game with his defence and insane shot-making. He's a walking highlight reel. But the Spurs are still young. They're learning how to win, and there is nothing Steph Curry loves more than feasting on young teams in a spotlight game. This is where the Warriors' experience and veteran savvy take over. Draymond Green will turn this into a chess match, using all his tricks to test Wemby's IQ. Jimmy Butler will bring that old-school physical brand of basketball that can frustrate a young squad. The Warriors' ball movement will be the key. If they share the rock, make extra passes and run, they can tire out the Spurs and create open looks. This feels like a get-right game for the Dubs. Prediction: Warriors win comfortably. Steph drops 35 plus and the Dub Nation sighs in relief. Now, Warriors versus Trailblazers. Finally back at the friendly confines of Chase Center. This should be an easy win, right? Right? Wrong. This has trap game written all over it. The Blazers are rebuilding, but they are scrappy, athletic, and have nothing to lose. Scoot Henderson is playing with a massive chip on his shoulder. And you know Damian Lillard is going to get his points in a revenge game. Portland's young guards can push the pace and turn this into a track meet, which can be exhausting. The Warriors cannot afford to overlook them. They must come out with focus and intensity from the jump. The key here is to exploit Portland's weak defense. Let Curry and Butler attack the rim. Get to the line and take the air out of the ball late. At home, the Warriors should control this game. But don't be surprised if it's close deep into the fourth quarter. Prediction: Warriors win. But it's closer than the experts think. A stressful, but ultimately successful night. The decider: Warriors versus Rockets. Ladies and gentlemen, clear your schedules. This is it. The game that will likely decide who advances from Group C. And the Houston Rockets are not the Rockets of old. After acquiring Kevin Durant, Dorian Finney-Smith and Clint Capella, Houston is now a deep, versatile and dangerous contender. This is a nightmare matchup. Think about it. Steph versus KD. Two former teammates, two MVPs, their legacies forever intertwined. It's a storyline made in heaven. But it's more than that. Jimmy will have his hands full with the crafty Alperen Şengün. Draymond will be wrestling with Capella for every rebound. The Rockets can throw endless waves of long, athletic defenders at Steph to wear him down over 48 minutes. The Warriors' thin bench is a major concern here. They will need a hero to step up, a Jonathan Kuminga, a Moses Moody, someone to provide a spark. The atmosphere at Chase Center will be electric. Playoff-level intensity in November. So let's do the math. A likely loss to Denver, wins against San Antonio and Portland, and a nail-biting win over Houston. That puts the Warriors at 3-1, which should be enough to win the group and advance. But it's about more than the record. It's about the statement. Going 3-1 in this group, especially with that win over Houston, sends a message to the entire league. We're still here. The dynasty isn't dead yet. It proved that the core of Curry, Butler and Green still has that championship magic. It builds immense confidence and momentum heading into the rest of the season. However, a 2-2 record or worse sparks panic. The trade rumors will intensify. The questions about their age will become deafening. The NBA Cup is a microcosm of their entire season. It's a proving ground. Can they summon that championship heart one more time? Can they rise to the occasion when everyone is counting them out? For a franchise balancing on the tightrope between its glorious past and an uncertain future, these 4 games in November might just tell us everything we need to know. But what do you think? Can the Warriors conquer the group of death? Vote in the poll on the screen right now and let me know your predictions in the comments below.